So I haven't posted any new content on lately about, well, anything, but specifically Whiteout Survival. And so I just thought I would go over this concierge sneak peek I just got, and thought I'd share some of my opinions. So, new inner city gameplay. So once you've upgraded to Fire Crystal 1 and you move into the Fire Crystal age, you'll get to have casual gameplay feature that gives survivors a warmer living environment. As your city develops, some of the older chief orders will be removed, and we'll get new chief orders, crunch time, advanced training, and Dawn Alliance commendation. So I do really like the idea of having like some sort of additional activity you can do in the game, specifically in your city, because there's some times when I'm, maybe I logged in a little early and I did all my dailies and I'm waiting for an event to start in 10 minutes. And do I do 10 minutes of Polar Terrors? Or, I mean, if other people are there, I can chat, and community is a huge part of the game. But I do sometimes wish that I had something else to do. I know a lot of people go in and redo their island like constantly, but I have my island the way I like it right now, and I haven't wanted to rearrange it. So I make little modifications whenever I get a new island piece, but I'm happy with the way it is. And so having a little something extra in the city to do, I think I guess it kind of depends on what they mean by casual gameplay feature, but I do like the idea. It says warmer living environment and more entertainment options. So I am kind of fascinated. I'm wondering if this has to do with like decorations or something of that nature in like the shelters and things. I know some friends and I had talked about the extra space that's around the city, and we wondered if something would be added. So maybe they'll add something there. And then as for the chief orders, like, I will use the building ones when I get FC 9 and 10 soon, but I'm in FC 8 and I haven't had to build anything in a hot minute. And I'm trying to think, what are the other ones? I use festivities, I use production, urgent mobilization. Oh, you know what I don't ever use anymore is the comprehensive care one. Like, I never have survivors die. Rarely any of them get sick. I might have one that's sick occasionally, but I rarely use that one. Pardon me, I yawned, it's late. Next, a daily tab in overview. So now we can check the status for Arena, Tundra Trek, Labyrinth, Crystal Laboratory, Hero Recruitment, Alliance Contribution, Lighthouse, Online Rewards, Expert Skill, and all in one place. I'm kind of curious. That's a lot of stuff. So at first when I started to read it, I thought they meant in the little tab to the side where it tracks like, if you're building or have a squad out or whatever, it's like a hideaway tab on the left hand. Well, it's on my left hand side. I think if you're Arabic, everything is reversed for y'all. Um, well, if you read in Arabic, there might be some other languages that are also like different, but that would be too much to put in that one tab. So I don't, maybe they're adding another tab. I don't know. I'm curious to see what that looks like. So then we're going to talk about these other growths. And the first one is Legendary T6 3-star Chief Gear. I don't mind this, but they're doing it in Gen 4, and I think that's too early. I think they need to push the T6 Chief Gear back a few generations, like release it in Gen 8, right? Like, I think Gen 4 is too early. And I get it. I get that there's some maxed wells by the time you hit Gen 4, like the people who spend a ridiculous amount of money. And what's probably happening is once they reach a certain point, their spending starts to drop. Because what are they going to spend it on, right? They don't need to buy resources. They don't, well, maybe coal and that stuff, but not the stuff that you need to up your charms. Their charms are upgraded already, right? Their heroes are upgraded already. So I do see the need for it there to be another level, but I think releasing it in Gen 4 is it's just going to extend, like, yeah, they'll have something, but then you're going to encounter the same issue and it's going to get boring for them again. I think releasing it in Gen 8 gives people something to strive for. So if they max it by Gen 4 or 5, then when they hit Gen 8 and, so we'll do Gen 7 and then we'll get FC 9 and 10. And then when we hit Gen 8, if then they release the Legendary T6, I think that would make more sense. I also think that they moved up the level 12 to 16 Chief Charms. So now those, we just got it when they made that change recently. And now they're going to unlock it Gen 5. And I think that that's too early. I think that, I'm a mid spender. And first of all, let me say this. This game would not be successful without the free to play and low pay people. Yes, the wells make them money, but the wells cannot succeed without free to play and low spend players. So if they don't have that, the wells are going to leave because there's not going to be anybody to join their rallies. And what they're doing is making it completely unachievable for the free to play and low spend players. So I have spent a decent amount of money. Like, I have a Comet and I am 560 in power, and I just got my first charm at 11. And like my charms, my Lancer charms are 7, my infantry I think is 8 maybe, and my marksmen are at 8, 9, and one is at 11. I think one is at 10 and then one is at 11. So I'm just now getting there, and I have spent a lot of money in this game. There is no way a free-to-play player is that high, and they're making it unobtainable for a free-to-play player and a low-spend player, and they're going to lose interest. And if they lose interest and the community starts dying, then people, I think it's a mistake, is what I'm trying to say. I think that this is a mistake. I think they should push the release of these back, and they are being short-sighted because they want all of these mega whales to go in and spend money right now and pay to upgrade their chief gear and their charms. And it's very short-sighted. It'll give them a push of money right now, but it's just gonna cause the gap to be bigger. And they already tend to have people drop off after a year, and then states die and they merge, and part of that is because free to play players drive the community, they drive the competition. And so it's a problem. The next thing is Endless Trial. The barbarian leader Windhowler Wolfgar is coming to the Icefield. Eligible chiefs can head to the world each day to challenge Windhowler and earn daily participation rewards, daily leaderboard rewards, and achievement rewards. Now, this I like. I think I like it. First of all, I don't know what the definition of eligible chiefs is, so I guess I will like it depending on that. Second, I do like the idea of having something that you can do in addition to, like, dailies. Obviously there's going to be some sort of like pay component here, because everything they do is pretty much has a pay component where you can pay and get a better score. So, but if it was like something where you could do it, because it says world each day, so is this like a one-time event where it lasts like 5 days? Or is this going to be kind of like a daily intel thing where you go out and you fight this guy and you could potentially, I don't know. But I like the idea of me being able to go out and fight something on my own. And again, this goes back to, I sometimes want to be on the game with my community, but like I finished my dailies. I don't want to use up all of my stamina hunting polar terrors. I need to save that for Beast Day. And, I want to be able to chat, but also, you're not chatting 24/7. So I want to be on. And anyway, so this could potentially be a good thing, but I anticipate it's just going to be another 110, one of the 110 events that they have pop up in a week, and then it's going to last a few days, and those who spend money are going to be at the top of the leaderboard, and those who don't will get mid-level prizes, and then it'll go away and we'll get another event. So I think they need more things for us to do in the off times. Does that make sense? And then we're getting another expert. I think it's too soon. I don't think they should release a new expert. They just released Gareth. I think it's too soon for them to release Justice. I think they should wait a month at least before they release another expert. And then he's for growth, and he's released after Gen 5 Heroes. So he contains valuable extra expert growth materials. So I assume he helps you get things like sigils and things of that nature, because it's for experts. I don't know. It's not specific. And then I do like that you get extra pet adventure attempts. because the you get 4 a day, and I think having uh, and I think from reading this that he would be one of the ones that I would tell free to play players to try to prioritize. My concern though is that they're going to make him expensive, like Romulus, Valeria, and Gareth. Those guys are expensive, and so a free to play player was really going to struggle getting those specific 3 um, experts to a decent level to be competitive. And so if they make Justice more reasonably priced as far as how many sigils and how many like ships and compasses and things to earn your, I forget what they call it, like familiarity, I forget what they call that. If they make it more like Agnes and Cyril, where it's something that is more attainable, I think that this would be really good, because then this will help the free to play and low spend players advance their experts. And again, like, I think that this game hasn't, I think that developers of this game are so focused on the monetary aspect of the game that and the profit, they're very driven by profit, which totally makes sense. But I think that they don't realize how important those free to play and low spend players are for those of us that do have, well, historically, or do spend money on this game. Because if we don't have the community, if we don't have the free to play people that are joining our rallies, then we're not playing. It's boring. So yeah. So this is I do kind of, like, he, increased treasure hunting efficiency, gathering information about treasures from allies. I don't 100%. I guess this is something to do with I should have put on Do Not Disturb. Sorry. I do that every time. And so it kind of sounds like it's a mix of, for every Trekid counter, you get a Dynasty honor chest. So, see, that sounds like it would really help you build up your expert. But again, it's really going to depend on how difficult they make it to build him up. And then the last thing is the chat groups. They're just doing some optimizations. So right now, a chat group can have 100 people. They have increased that to 200, which is really good because, if you have a state Discord for planning and strategy where you want to announce to people, you might want all the R4s in the state, and R5s, R4s, maybe some of the strongest players, and you need them all to know, and you can't, it's not, 100 is not enough. I love this update. This is pet skill effects in Alliance Championship will activate automatically. I love that because timing the pet skill with the Alliance Championship, like if you play bear right before, so I do love that. And then Dreamscape Memory will add an express mode, and again, it says eligible chiefs, so I don't know what that means, but we can do express mode before the chapter opens, and then so I'm sure what happens here is instead of spending 50 fish or whatever to complete the chapter, I'm sure you probably have to spend like 60 or 70 in order to fast forward through that chapter. And then you just get the prizes. So I know Dreamscape Memory is a lot, it's mostly women now that I think about it. I'm trying to think if there is a man that I have talked to that has said, oh my God, I love that game. And I don't think there is. And, but there have been a lot of people who have said that they love this game, and I'm sure they're not going to do that. I am not necessarily that person. I enjoyed it the first 2 times. I have not enjoyed it as much. As a matter of fact, the fusion, the one where you do it with a friend, I have a couple of times. I've only done it the once to get the like base rewards. I didn't even strive and do my full 20 to try to get a good score, because I was like, this is not well. And the other thing is there's not a reward for like your rank, and so I lose motivation. I get my reward if I do it one time half-assed. Like, why? I'm a lazy person by nature. Why am I gonna spend a lot of time? So anyway, so that's the updates. And some of them I like, and some of them could potentially be great, and then others we'll see. Oh, and there's the gift code if you haven't gotten it. So you can get the gift code. There's another gift code, but it's specifically for Chief Concierge exclusive gifts. So if you don't qualify, don't try to use it. But, well, I mean, I guess you could try, but I don't know that you would get it if you're not a Chief Concierge person. But anyway, so there's gift codes. And I know I owe my new series, and I've been talking it up, and I do finally have the recording part worked out, and I know how to do it. And so I have my first interview set up for Tuesday. It's going to take me a day or two to edit the video because I am learning as I go. And it is also contingent on my health and how I feel that day. So if I'm feeling good, I should get the video done on Wednesday, maybe Thursday at the latest. And hopefully I will have something posted on Thursday. And I think y'all are going to be interested. It's an interesting guy, and like how he does things, I think it's interesting. Anyways, all right, y'all have a good day.